Alright, so I wanted to do a review series, a preview series for my discography, to kind of let people know, what I've been doing, what the CDs are about, what the music's about. I actually already put a few previews out on a few CDs, but I wanted to do like an overview really quick, just of like the whole thing, just to, again, kind of show you what's coming or what's already there. So let me just I want to go through my discography really quick. I'll just go through some odds and ends first. I'll just let me pull this up here. This right here, CD's Grooveyard. It's actually the first band that I had, the first original project that I did back in 1993 or something like that. And yeah, this is an oldie. But this CD actually consists of 3 releases. Now back then we were releasing things on cassette, So there were 3 releases, and I just compiled all 3 into an anthology on a CD, and it's called Grooveyard, Ronnie's Roots. And there's some really cool, funky, interesting stuff, It's again, it's fairly eclectic, like most of my stuff is, but it's the beginning, So that's that one. Another odd and end is just a single. This came out a few years ago. We did this song with my group No Cheese Orchestra, called Judgment Gun. And it features this guy named Muscle Mouth. So it's a really cool single. There's another single too. I don't have it right with me right now. The first Christmas song I ever wrote was Everybody Wants Christmas. There's actually a video online you can check out. And also below, I'm going to actually go through all my videos and put all links below so you can check things out and cross-reference things and everything. And also, you can purchase some of this stuff. Us artists need support, I'm also doing a lot of guitar lesson videos, and I don't want to get paid for anything like that. But I would like people to buy the music, and you actually could get something out of it, So that's the best support we can get. But I'm going to put links to everything, to the website, to CD Baby, hopefully iTunes, to Twitter, anything I can think of, YouTube, which you're watching. Just so you can access all this stuff. All right, so let me get into the meat of this. So after I did the Grooveyard band, the next CD I made was really, I think, the thing that set off the direction that I was really going to go in. And it's this CD right here. And it's got quite a title, Ronnie Neuhauser's Congregation Against Styrocultural Brain Damage. And it's a really long CD. There's like 22 cuts on it, and it has 4 acts. It's a really cool package too, if you look. You have this really cool package like this, and then there's a booklet inside, all the lyrics, So this is really cool. Very eclectic. The cool thing is also, when I say this kind of set me in a direction I was going to go in, really the 2 bands that I work mainly with, and I've added a new one also, but are Styrocultural Antidote and No Cheese Orchestra, and they really come from out of this. So where No Cheese Orchestra is more the content with vocals, and Styrocultural Antidote, which is actually Act 4, became the name of one of the bands, and it's all instrumental. And most of Styrocultural Antidote is instrumental. We do have some lyrics here and there occasionally. And the funny thing, obviously, with No Cheese Orchestra, we have some instrumentals too, but the majority have vocals. So that was the first CD I did. It was a big project, man. I remember this taking me a long time, and it's actually the thing that got me to buy my own studio, because it cost so much money, and I just said, well, you know what? I'm going to buy my own stuff and learn how to do all this, and it really got me focused. So that was that CD. Then, when I spoke about Styrocultural Antidote, I released this CD. These aren't all going to be exactly in order, but I'm going to go to the Styrocultural Antidote ones now, fairly in the order that they came out. And this one's called Sweat Hog. And again, it's eclectic, but it's definitely got a rock attitude too, rock instrumentals, Some really cool stuff on here. Paris Mancini did the artwork. Really talented young woman. It's really cool. So that's one, and again, I'll be doing reviews on all these. Then we released a CD, which actually has a DVD, and I'll go over the DVDs after. And it's called Styrocultural Antidote Bootlegs. Styrocultural Antidote. I don't have the cover on here right now, but this was some live material. Actually, it was from a rehearsal, and the rehearsal was just burning. And I'm so glad we recorded it. We almost didn't. Yeah, we just turned it on to see what we'd get. You know, you kind of to judge what we did because we were working on stuff. And after we got done playing, I remember we were like, God, that was just horrifying. And then we listened to it and we're like, wait a minute. We were really shocked. It was almost perfect. I mean, incredible like live performance. Great improvisation going on. We were nailing the compositions. It just came out really good. And so this has got some really cool stuff on it. Okay, so we move on. Another studio album, Styrocultural Antidote, Stupid Like Cow. This has got some really eclectic stuff, all kinds of fusion, rock fusion, Latin-esque things, some really avant-garde stuff. So we were really stretching it here. Then we move on to another Styrocultural Antidote CD, and this one is actually completely improvisation. Some of the compositions were based on some theoretical ideas I had of how to have a huge choice. So it's not, we didn't want it to sound jam bandy. We wanted it to sound like it could really move in any direction at any time. So we came up with a bunch of ideas to achieve that. And I think this is a really good CD. If you like improvised music and off the cuff stuff that goes in any direction, this could be for you. Another studio album by Styrocultural Antidote, Ballet of the Elephant. And this is kind of a real proggy one. It's kind of lots of time changes. Just there's some really interesting stuff on here, and some grooving stuff too. But it's definitely got a prog fusion kind of attitude toward it. And then another improvisational CD, which there's going to be a series of actually. This is one of the newer ones. Styrocultural Antidote, Antithesis of Our Time. And again, completely improvised. Not even motifs on this one. The interesting thing about this series, I'm actually working to mix 2 more of these. Hopefully they're going to be released soon. And what we would do is when we came into rehearsal cold, we would just go, okay, we'll warm up and we'll record and just see if any good ideas come out. We'll just play anything. But like we didn't have motifs for this or anything. No risks. It's just whatever came out at the moment. And there was some really interesting stuff that came out of it. So this is volume 1. There's going to be 3 volumes. 2 and 3 are coming out soon. I'm actually mixing those right now. So that's that one. And then this one, 3 Incarnation. It's our movie soundtrack because there is a DVD for this. And it's live performances from 3 different lineups of Styrocultural Antidote. And yeah, there's some crazy stuff on here. A lot of good players. It was just cool. It's almost a good way to reminisce for me too, because it had so many players that I played with in these 3 different lineups, and each lineup offered its own thing, which was really cool. So again, there's a DVD which I'll be talking about after to that. Okay, so now we head on to No Cheese Orchestra. And the first No Cheese Orchestra release after the Congregation CD was this, and it's Warren Pom Poms, and there is a review up for this one already. And yeah, this is kind of like the Bush era. I think it really captures the moment really well. There's some funny stuff on here too. Yeah, there's always a little humor mixed in. With the automaton consumer munchbot in between songs, kind of guiding the CD along. So yeah, again, Warm Pom Poms. I actually love the CD. I love them all. They're mine, I guess, you know. Okay, next one, No Cheese Orchestra, Mummarts and Bogarts, and some really cool progressive progressive stuff on here. Really good arrangements and compositions. Some avant-garde stuff. some cross-pollination from the No Cheese. The No Cheese CDs do a lot of cross-pollination with characters that move from one CD to the next, which, because there's meaning that attaches the CDs to each other, that brings all these together. There might be references all the way back to the Congregation. In fact, even Styrocultural Antidote has some references. So I try to make things connect almost like they're one big work. So that's Mummarts and Bogarts. There is a review online for Mummarts and Bogarts also. I'm going to actually do a review for this one too. I love the CD. This is No Cheese Orchestra, Musings in 3 Movements. And there's 4 muses on here, and it's a group of 3 songs for each one, sort of telling a story. Really eclectic too. That's the thing with the No Cheese CDs are really eclectic, which sometimes I think is a problem for some people, because people are so accustomed to hearing, you know, the hit song and then, like, you know, 9 other songs that sound almost exactly like it. You're not really going to get that from No Cheese. Got to open your mind, folks. You know, it's good for you. So yeah, I hope you check this out. These are really interesting. Also, this is actually a live performance of early No Cheese when it was just a 4-piece with Jeff Holler on vocals. Real raw, recorded at the Never Ending Bookstore down New Haven. It's just a real raw, gutsy recording, and of us in the real early moments of this. This actually is a CD and a DVD. So when you open it up, there you go. You see, you get the packages are really cool on some of these. So CD and a DVD. So, you know, whatever you choose at the moment to check it out with, you know. Also, a new group that I've been involved with, that I formed with John White, and again, this is all an extension of I think this all just ties in wonderfully together, commentary-wise and just content-wise. And our acoustic music group. So we've got all this electric stuff going on. Hey, let's do some acoustic stuff too. So Fee Fi Fo, Life on Planet Earth. Wow, this is 19 songs on this one. Cool package too. CD slides in here. Really nice booklet. Oh, wrong side. Really nice booklet with all the lyrics. Like to have the lyrics, you know. And there will be a new Fee Fi Fo CD coming out soon. I'm working on that. We're still recording some parts. The majority is recorded, and then I'll have to mix it, and it's probably going to be called The Machine. So can't wait to release that also. But yeah, Fee Fi Fo. So now to the DVDs. I had mentioned the CD version of this earlier, the Styrocultural Antidote Bootlegs Styrocultural Antidote. And yeah, this was that rehearsal. It really was a really good rehearsal, man. I'm so happy we recorded it. Really am. So that came out great. Then the Shakespeare Lady, Styrocultural Antidote. It's actually a piece of a composition I wrote for Margaret Holloway, who's a homeless person who had master's degrees from Bennington College, and she came down with schizophrenia, and it was just it's a terrible story. When you see the pain that a disease like that can cause. But Margaret would be down in the streets of New Haven, and she would perform Shakespeare, and that's why they call her Shakespeare Lady. And you know, people would give her money, but I just really wanted to document it. So there's actually video footage of Margaret on here, and also a couple of versions of the video and the composition that I wrote for her. So yeah, and at that time the money was going to her too. Haven't really sold any of these recently, but if I do, I will definitely get the money to her. So yeah, the Shakespeare Lady. I mentioned this CD prior also. This is the DVD that goes along with it. 3 Incarnation, and it has live performances from all different venues and 3 different lineups of Styrocultural Antidote. That's that one. Then we have Styrocultural Antidote at the Corner Pocket. We've actually recorded a lot of stuff at the Corner Pocket, from the Corner Pocket in Orange, and that's this one right here. So there's some crazy tunes on this one. And then the only live video that we have, this DVD of No Cheese Orchestra. And it's No Cheese Orchestra bootlegs, No Cheese Orchestra live at the Corner Pocket. And this is a really cool set. It was a great night. I organized this show called Seen and Heard, and we'd have all kinds of other artists. We had another band that night. We had a solo act. We had modern dancers, and had all this kind of interesting stuff going on, poetry, and we did a number of those shows. Maybe at some point I'll mix some of the other acts if I get some time, because there were some really good performances there. So yeah, that's that one. So I've got a pretty big discography. I hope you guys check it out. There's more coming. I said there's 2 more Styrocultural Antidotes coming out. There's a Fee Fi Fo. There's a No Cheese Orchestra, possibly entitled The Church of Change, or maybe Infamy. I'm not sure which title I'm going to go with yet. But it's almost like a mini avant-garde rock opera or something like that. And that's a lot of that recording is done, so I'll hope to finish that up soon. And also, I have some pieces written, for a CD with No Cheese Orchestra called Murdering the Mother. 4 giant pieces of music, probably like 10 minutes each. And we just have to record those. One section is recorded now. If we go with that particular version, I'm not sure, but I definitely want to do that one. I'm excited about that CD. It's a really complex CD, and there's other things in the works that I can't think of right now because I'm just so busy trying to finishing up what's right in front of me. So there's at least 4 CDs for the near future that should be finished and released. So I'm going to put all links and stuff below my videos. Please, if you can, support art. This is, I want you to get something. The stuff isn't expensive, really. Yeah, it's really not. And if you could support, you might get something really good out of it, You'll get something. So, yeah, man, spread the word. We want to keep doing this. We'll keep doing it anyway. Music is the deal here. That's what I want to do. So as long as I'm able to do it, I'm going to do it. It's all about expression, folks, and I hope you enjoy, and check out the reviews. Take it easy.